In this video, we will discuss the basics of rows, columns, and cells in Excel. Let's get started. Okay, so worksheets consist of rows and columns. Let's talk a little bit about rows. So Excel has 1,048,576 rows. So if you look here in the spreadsheet, you can see that the rows are numbered on the left side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you hit Control down arrow, that will take us down to the bottom, at the very bottom row, which is 1,048,576. We can hit Control arrow up, takes us back to the top. Columns are labeled with letters across the top of the spreadsheet. Here we have column A, column B, column C, column D, etc. So we can go across through the columns until we get to Z. After Z, it turns into AA, then AB, AC, AD, etc. So once we get to AZ, then it starts with BA, BB, BC, BD, etc. until it gets to ZZ. After that, it goes to AAA, AAB, AAC, AAD, etc. And then it goes, for example, to AAZ, and then starts over at ABA, ABB, ABC, and so on and so on. So in total, Excel has 16,384 columns. So if we go to XFD, that takes us to the very last column. So this is the 16,384th column. To go back to the first cell, we can just on our keyboard press Control left arrow and it takes us back to cell A1. Now you should have a good idea about rows and columns. To review, rows are numbered on the left side of the spreadsheet and columns are lettered on the top side of the spreadsheet. And there are 1,048,576 rows and there are 16,384 columns. Now that you learned the basics of rows and columns, let's discuss cells. The intersection of a row and a column is called a cell. A cell is a single element in a worksheet that can hold a value, text, or formula. Each cell has a unique address that is a combination of a column letter and row number. Here, we're currently in a cell which is the intersection of column A and row 1. Hence, the address of the cell is A1, as you can see here in the name field. Now if we move around a little bit in the spreadsheet, let's go here. And now we're in the intersection of column B and row 5, which is the address B5. Another quick tip is that you can go to a specific cell by typing it in the name field. For example, if we want to go to cell C15, just type it in and press enter and you are taken to cell C15. Now let's talk about the concept of active cell. At any given time, one cell is the active cell. It is the cell that accepts keyboard input and its contents can be edited. So here, the current active cell is cell C15. And you can tell it's the active cell because it has a dark green border around it. So if we wanted to, we could make an edit and turn this into John. Let's go ahead and keep it back to Jones. But now what if we wanted to move around and now the active cell is F15. Okay, so what if we want to select a bigger selection? Now the green border is around the entire selection, and the active cell is light colored cell within the border. In this selection, you can see that cell B15 is the active cell since it has the light color. Now let's deselect the selection range for a second by clicking outside of it. And let's select the range from B15 to G20 again. Now if we start typing in our keyboard, for example, West, you can see that the active cell is edited. I'm going to just escape this and undo this. The last thing we can take a look at is, let's just click over here in B6 and make it the active cell. Another thing to notice is the row header and the column header of the active cell is highlighted in a different shade. As you can see here, the row 6 header has a little darker shade, and the column B header also has a little bit of darker shade to signify the active cell is at the intersection of this column and row. In this video, you learned the basics of rows, columns, and cells in Excel. It's basic foundational knowledge that will help you as you progress further. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. See you next time.